This video is brought to you by the Critical Language Service. To learn more about our courses of Arabic via telepresence for small groups and schools, visit our website at www.criticallanguageservice.com.
Assalamu alaikum. In this section, we'll cover the letter meme. This letter sounds like in the word many. Take a look at how we write the letter meme at the beginning. And in the middle. And in independent form, we write it like this. At the end, in its connected form, we write the letter meme like this. Let's take a look at letter meme combined with other letter. For instance, if meme is combined with the letter ba, we write it like this. Let's take a look at the word Sami. Sin, meme, ya. Now the next word is At the end, we write meme in the word sem like this. At the end, it can be written in independent form or connected form, and they are related to each other. Let's take a look at the letter meme when it's followed by letters jim, ha, and kha. The combination of meme and jim are written like this. You start with meme above the line and you continue directly to the next letter jim. Let's take a look at a word. So in a word like majd, we write it like this. Here you see meme is above the line and jim is on the line. Here meme, in addition with ha, has the same shape as meme and jim, except we don't have dot. An example would be the word mahw. And here we have meme and kha. We write meme above the line and we go directly to the next letter kha. An example would be the word makhab. The next letter is letter ha. This letter sounds like in the word house. It comes in 4 different shapes. At the beginning, we write the letter ha like this. For instance, in the word home. In the middle, the letter ha comes in 2 forms. In print form, we write it like this. And in handwriting, we write it like this. An example is the word sahel, which means easy. At the end, in its connected form, we write the letter ha like this. It's similar to ta marbuta, but there are no dots on the top. And at the end, in its independent form, we write it like this. It's similar to ta marbuta as you see, but there are no line at the top or no dots. And at independent form at the end and the connected form at the end are, as you know, related to each other. Because you only see the independent form at the end. The letter ha can be used at the end of a word to form the masculine possessive. The way we make masculine possessive is to have a word and then we add ha to the end of the word. This will form masculine possessive. For instance, if we have the word bait, Beit, like this, which simply means a house. When we add ha to the end of the word beit, it changes to beitahu, which means his house. You might also see ha at the end of the word comes in independent form and acting as a masculine possessive. For example, the word abahu. Like this, we have here aba, and then we add ha, become abahu, which means his father. So here we have again the ha as independent form, which acts as a masculine possessive in the word abahu, and we can also have it in its connected form in the word beitahu, his house. The letter noon. This letter sounds like n in the word noon. Like most of other letters, the letter noon has 4 different shapes. At the beginning, we write it like this, and it connects to the letter which comes after it. An example would be noon, the letter noon. In the middle, it's written like this. And it gets connected to both sides by these lines. An example is a girl named Manal. It's a popular Arabic girl's name. At the end of the word, in its connecting form, it's written like this. An example is the word hunna. And in independent form, we write the noon like this, as in the word run, ra, noon. Remember that the noon in independent form and its connecting form at the end are related to each other, because it's only written in independent shape like this at the end of the word. Some letters in Arabic might look similar to the letter noon when they come at the beginning and in the middle of a word. For instance, the letter ba versus the letter noon. We write the letter ba at the beginning of a word like this, as we practiced before, and the letter noon at the beginning is written like this. As you notice, the only difference between noon and ba at the beginning of a word is the location of the dot. At the letter noon, the dot is on the top, and ba, the dot is at the bottom. In the middle, we write the letter ba like this, and the letter noon like this. You see, the only difference is the location of the dot. Now, let's take a look at other letter, which is ta versus noon. We write a letter at the beginning of a word like this, as you know, sometimes with 2 dots and sometimes with a line. And the letter noon at the beginning, we write it like this. The only difference, as you would see here, between the letter ta and noon is the number of the dot at top. Letter noon has 1 dot and letter ta has 2 dots. Sometimes the letter noon, the dot doesn't exactly be placed on the noon. You might notice that in different handwriting styles. Someone might place the dot here, for example. Or some people might write the dot here. and some people might write it correctly here. So you don't have exactly to put it on top. Some people will put it just on the waw or on other side. In the middle, we write the letter ta like this with 2 dots, and the letter noon like this with 1 dot. Filler words. These are words that can be used to fill time, ask for clarification, or to simply say you don't know something. So, for instance, if you're speaking Arabic with someone and it's natural, you don't remember a vocabulary in the middle of your speaking, you can use filler words like, yani. For instance, if you want to say Syria is nice and big, and in the middle of your speaking you didn't remember the word big, for instance, you said Suriya balad jamila, and you pause, you don't remember the big, you can say yani. So it gives you time to remember the word big, which means kabira. So you would say Suriya balad jamila yani kabira. This is especially useful when your teacher is looking for an answer and you don't remember. And if you don't understand something, you can say, in Fusha, you would say, La afham. And in Egyptian colloquial, you can say, Ma fhamtish. Another useful expression, which I like it, when you don't remember a word in a sentence, is using but you know, and we use it in English. In English, you say, you know. In Arabic, you would say, bas ta'rif. For instance, an example, if you want to say, the class was easy, but you know, there was a lot of work. So you say, الصف كان سهل, بس بتعرف كان في شغل كتير. Another useful expression is it possible? For instance, if you want to say, is it possible to repeat the question? Mumkin means is it possible? And if you want to ask the question, is it possible to repeat? It would be ممكن تعيد. And if you want to say, is it possible to tell me the question again? You would say ممكن تقول لي السؤال مرة ثانية. Another expression is again, مرة ثانية. So if you want to say, would you please tell me the question again? You say ممكن تقول لي السؤال مرة ثانية. Or simply you can look at the teacher or the person and say مرة ثانية. And the other phrase is I don't know. If you want to say I don't know, you say ما بعرفش. And in Fusha, we'd say لا أعرف. States and feelings. If you're a boy and you want to say I'm cold, you would say أنا بردان. And if you're a girl, you would say أنا بردانة. As we covered earlier, you add just ta marbuta to the end of the adjective. How we say she is tired? We would say هي تعبانة. And in Fusha, we say تعبانة. And if you want to say he's hot, you say هو حران. Ask your friend, do you have a pencil? And you forgot your pencil. If he's a boy, you would say عندك قلم. And if she's a girl, you would ask عندك قلم. And if you want to ask someone, are you happy? If he's a boy, you would say أنت مبسوط. And if she's a girl, you would say أنت مبسوطة. And if you want to say I'm thirsty. If you're a boy, you would say أنا عطشان. And if you're a girl, you would say أنا عطشانة.